Yo, Steel Mills, what's the deal, man? It's Sunday morning. It's the following morning off of that immaculate performance that we saw last night, man. I haven't even gotten much sleep. I'm asleep like a baby tonight, man. I'm exhausted. I didn't even really get to sleep. The fight ran a little later than expected. You know, we didn't get home till like 1 and change. I ain't go to bed till like 2 something. I'm exhausted, man. But my body just does not allow me to sleep as late that I used to be able to sleep, about 7-8 years ago. So I'm up making store runs. But peep game, man, I want to get into something, man. And that is, of course, the Undisputed title match that we saw last night between Champ and Canelo Alvarez, man. I've never been so overjoyed to be so wrong. You dig? I've said it on panels. I've said it on this channel. I'm rooting for my champion. But I can't ignore the data provided to me over the decades that that says that this is an impossible feat. But I will always follow my statement up with, I'm rooting for my champion. Bud is on the Mount Rushmore of boxing, y'all. Bud is on the Mount Rushmore of boxing. It's a lot of people who are caught up in the moment. I think I had the fight scored about 7-5 or 8-4 because there was swing rounds in there. That if you was giving Canelo consideration for those rounds, you would be able to give him those rounds, and that's why I'm saying 7-5. I just don't know what the ingredients that this dude is made up of, man. This dude is just incredible, man. An immaculate fighter, just God tier talent, man. That was an incredible performance last night, man. For him to stay in the pocket and find comfort. I'm gonna say this. I want to come out and say this first, because I saw it before the fight, and I was, it was kind of in the back of my head, like, I don't know if this is a bad thing, but I think he, we clearly saw that he was looking to be able to, stay in front of Crawford and counter with him in the middle of the ring, and he wanted his speed going into this fight. But I did say on the panel, he needs to employ the game plan that he devised for Callum Smith, which was just him coming in tucked up behind the high guard. Him slimming down the way that he did and putting on that lean muscle, I think it made him more susceptible to the to the shots that Bud was landing, and he wasn't punching with the same level of authority that we're accustomed to seeing him punch with. I think that was his biggest mistake going into this fight. Putting on that lean muscle as opposed to just keeping the bulk on. But nonetheless, it just speaks to the testament of Crawford, man, because I didn't think that he would be able to carry that weight as gracefully as he did. When you jump up that many divisions and you look better in the division, you look better in that division than you did in the previous division where you look vulnerable in. How does that work? You jump up a whole 2 divisions after you look vulnerable in the in your middleweight entry, man. He was able to keep Canelo off balance. His ability, get off the rope, control the fight in the middle of the ring, maintain distance. His timing was just impeccable. As soon as Canelo would be open, just thinking to open up for a shot, and actually take the initiative to open up for a shot, he was being met with a jab or a backhand down the pipe to the point where it would just knock him off balance, bro. It was sharp. It was astute. And for him to plant his feet and stand there in the middle of the ring and outfight Canelo in the pocket was just something that I just didn't see. And I was getting mad watching it, because I'm like, to me, when you're at that range, you're too close, and that's telling me that your legs is giving out. Get out of there. And that's where you started to see Canelo start to have a little bit more success at in the moments where Bud was playing his feet. That's where you would see that at. As soon as that fight with Vargas and Walsh wrapped up, man, my nerves started rattling. Because it took me 20 minutes after the fight was over for my nerves to subside, because I was nervous. I was a nervous wreck going into this fight. I was, man. Like, I just, Bud wasn't supposed to do this, man. That just, I'm arguing, not arguing, but having a discussion with people on my Facebook page about this, and it's always, emotion wrapped up in all this. He did this and he did. I'm like, y'all are speaking out of emotion and not logic and what history has shown us. Bud wasn't supposed to do this. He was not supposed to do this. And so for him to go up and do it like this, it's like, yo, that's a testament to who he is as a fighter, his durability, his skill set, his conditioning. I don't think we can praise his conditioning enough. But he wasn't supposed to do. Bud is an anomaly, dog. Because you keep making history. You resurrect Undisputed. You're the first male to go double Undisputed. Now you're the first male to go triple Undisputed. He's not supposed to be doing the shit that he's doing. Starting out as a fucking lightweight and jumping up to super middleweight and beating Canelo as soundly as you did. He's not supposed to be doing this. He's just not supposed to be doing this. This isn't something that's supposed to be happening, gang. It's not. So for him to look this spectacular in the process of him doing it, it's just like, yo, what? I don't get it, bro. I'll never understand. I'll never understand this. Because it's we're proud. Bud is made from some shit that we just cannot comprehend, even with him being from the same side of town as us. We can't comprehend this shit. I can't comprehend it. I cannot comprehend it. This dude went in there and literally did the impossible, bro. That was an icy uphill battle. That was an icy uphill battle that he walked in. He walked into the heart of Antarctica. We're into the Russian tundra with his ski gear on. That was just a spectacular, immaculate performance from Champ, man. It really was. Canelo looked confused in there. He looked slow. He didn't really look slow. You just seen he could not find a shot. And that's a testament to Bud's defensive prowess. That's a testament to Bud's defensive prowess. His ability to catch a lot of the shots. I mean, and Canelo was doing good body work early on. How he was stepping in and bringing a hooking off on the body. Like, that was really well set up. So for him to do all that shit and still look so, just confused in there, I'm just sitting here like, bro, and I thought Bud was going to get knocked out going into this fight. That's why I was so nervous watching it. I thought he was going to get knocked out. And for him to go in there and put on that performance, I'm like, yo. For him to have Canelo looking that flustered, I'm like, yo. He looked lost in there. He cut the ring off well. But when it was, just he couldn't counter as effectively. Bud was just faster on the counter. The speed was there. He outspeeded him with, volume punching and combination. Putting punches together, Canelo couldn't see the shots coming. He couldn't counter them. And this was in the trades. This was in the exchanges. Kept him off balance. The durability. He fought at that pace from rounds 1 to 12. Stayed on his toes. I don't even really have the words to put in the context of how incredible of a fighter, of an athlete that Bud Crawford is, bro. I just don't. I don't. I thought the inactivity would have an effect on him and the weight, because how doesn't it go? How do you just defy all logic and do the impossible? Because he's a fucking anomaly. That's the long and short answer of it. Not no snack. Because I was on Nuke's platform last night. I saw a lot of snack accusations on there. It wasn't no snack. He spent the year putting on that weight. I made a video. I think I posted that video. I made a video saying that he's not popping dirty. Everybody else, he's been training for this fight for over a year, putting that muscle on logically. That's not snack, my nigga. That's focus. That's discipline. That's fortitude. That's grit. That's determination. It's destiny. This dude is an incredible fighter, man. Just even me saying that, I sound too plain saying that. He's an incredible fighter. We get incredible fighters every day. This dude is different. This dude is different. Now, where do I see Canelo going after this? I don't think he should retire, because everybody isn't going to be able to do that in front of Canelo. Everybody isn't going to be able to have that level of success with Canelo. Bud is just, Bud is a special fighter, man. I don't think Canelo needs to retire, man. Hold up. Damn it. Hold on, I'm at the bank, y'all. Hold up. Oh, no. But yeah, everybody ain't gonna be able to do that with Canelo. Everybody can't replicate that success. Everybody can't move. Everybody doesn't have that level of agility. Everybody just doesn't have what Bud has. Everybody doesn't have that. So he doesn't need to retire because, predicated on that, man. I think, I don't think Bud needs to have a rematch. I think Bud needs to ride off into the sunset and just, I'm good. I did the impossible, and I did it twice. It's a reason why this man was so avoided in the capacity that he was. It's a reason for that. It's a reason for that. Just look at the story. It's a Cinderella story, man. Nothing to something. This is a man who was literally blackballed. Everybody knows he was black. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that those PBC fighters went in the opposite direction of him. Everybody knows that Al Heyman and all them little hoe ass niggas over there, they didn't want this fight. They wanted nothing to do with Bud. They wanted nothing to do with Bud. They would send their cronies out there to disrespect them. Top ranked Toby. We ain't forgot about all that shit. They would say, not even not posting his graphic on a broadcast is something that's just beyond diabolical. It's insanity. It's insanity. But it also adds to his story, because look at how, when you see greatness in certain people, man, look at how you react. You didn't want Bud to be great like this. You wanted Spence to be great like this. And the stars just didn't line up for him. So now here we are. Now here we are. Refused to get him a fight with Fundora. Y'all wanted to use Spence to run interference again. All right, cool. Okay. This is a dude that could have possibly, y'all would be better off had y'all done right by the dude, and he'd be more willing to go over there and do business with y'all. Just saying, man, like everything that y'all have done to this dude, his light just permeated to the top off of that, man. It adds to his story. It adds to his story. This dude is the greatest fighter of this era. Pound for pound, number one. He's back at top of the pound for pound list. He is, bro. I don't, just you got an argument with Usyk. You have an argument with Usyk. But Bud is pound for pound number one, bro. I don't see how you cannot put him up there, especially considering the type of performance that he put on. He's the HNIC right now, man. You gotta respect that. So it's a beautiful day to be a Nebraskan. I don't consider me having to eat crow because I was rooting for him. People just, niggas can't, they can't comprehend that. I'm making an analysis off of what it is that I see, and they'll ignore the fact that I'm saying I'm rooting for him. But because I ain't diving in the, on the dick riding train, that, that makes me a op or whatever. So, whatever the fuck ever. I'm talking, I'm on Facebook with it right now. Speaking my pieces. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. I'm enjoying it. I'm reveling in it, man. But make no mistake, I don't want to hear anybody say anything about Canelo looking washed or being over the hill or whatever, because when y'all do that, y'all dim a light on Bud's victory over him. I'm not going for that. I'm not going for that. I will not go for that, man. I won't. Does he beat David? If he jumps up, I still like his chances against David, because David doesn't protect himself like Bud does, and David doesn't move his feet like Bud does. It was speed that it was speed that had Canelo looking flustered, and it was defense that had him looking flustered. The hand speed you can possibly see, but a lot of those exchanges off of the off of with Bud utilizing his hand speed, a lot of that shit was set up off of counters. David doesn't fight like Bud. I need niggas to understand that. He does not fight like Bud. He does not fight like Terrence Crawford. So I'm happy I was wrong. I'm overjoyed I was wrong. They will be throwing a parade for that dude up here again, probably within the next month at the very most, and I will be at that motherfucker. So salute to the champ, man. Salute to Team Crawford. I'm going on all platforms today and letting it be known I'm glad I was wrong, even though I've already said that a multitude of times going into this fight. I'm glad I was wrong. Peace to the champ. Peace to the camp. Peace to Omaha, Nebraska, nigga, North Side. We in this bitch, man. So I'm outie, man. I shall get with y'all later. Y'all stay righteous until the next video. Deuces.